Hello students, today we are going to learn lesson number 3 from science paper number 2. So in case of the 10th standard science paper number 2, in that lesson number 3 is there, life processes in living organisms part 2. So what is the name of the topic? Life processes in living organisms part 2. So in this lesson we are going to focus different points, and which points we are going to study, that one we'll see one by one. So first of all, some previously based or previous knowledge based some questions are there. So in the textbook some questions are given, and that questions are related to your previous knowledge. So what are these questions, that one will see. First question is there, what are the important life processes in living organisms? First question is there, important life processes in living organism. So first point we will take important life processes in living organisms. Important life processes in living organisms. So question is related to this, what are the different or important life processes occurring in living organisms. So what are these life processes? Digestion is there, respiration is there, excretion is there, sensation is there, circulation is there, then a nervous system is there. In that, sensation and response to the stimuli, all these processes are occurring into the living organisms. So which life processes are occurring into the living organism? In that, first one is there nutrition. In that, digestion is there. Second one is there respiration is there. Third one is there reproduction is there. Fourth one is there excretion. Fifth one is there circulation, blood circulation. So these are the important life processes which are occurring into the living organisms. And in that, again, one life process is there sensation and response. Next one is there sensation and response. Sensation and response. Or you can say control and coordination also. You can say control and coordination. Control and coordination. These are the life processes occurring into the living organisms. So second question is there, which life processes are essential for the production of energy? Which are the life processes which are essential for the production of energy? So next thing is there life processes essential for the production of energy. So here, for the production of energy, which life processes are essential? That one is the question. So life processes and which are related to the nutrition, related to the production of energy. In that, nutrition is there. In that nutrition, that digestion is there, eating the food, then digestion, then absorption is there, again respiration, circulation. These processes are involved into the energy production. So in the energy production, which processes are involved? In that, first one is there nutrition. In that, many processes are there. In that, consumption of food, then its digestion is there, and utilization. Digestion and utilization. Again, next one is the circulation. So whatever food is digested, whatever food is absorbed into the blood, that food is circulated to all body parts. So circulation to transport or to supply digested food and oxygen to all parts of body, all parts of the body is the function of circulation. And next one is the respiration. So breakdown of the glucose molecule into the water, carbon dioxide and ATP. So respiration is that formation of ATP molecule, CO2 and H2O, ATP molecule, CO2 and H2O by breaking of glucose molecule, or also you can say oxidation of glucose. So these processes are there. Nutrition in that, congestion of food is there, digestion of food is there, utilization is there. Next thing is there circulation. So what is the function of that particular circulation? So whatever food is absorbed, digested food is absorbed into the blood, that food is supplied or it is transported. Okay, digested food, it is transported or supplied. Food and oxygen, these are transported or these are supplied to all parts of the body. And respiration in that formation of the energy molecule, formation of the ATP molecule, then CO2 molecule and H2 molecule from or by the oxidation of glucose molecule. So next thing, after this, next question is related to the which are the main types of cell division and what is difference between them. Next question is that what are the types of cell division and difference between them. Types of cell division and difference between them. Which are the types of cell division and difference between that cell division. So next point is that types of cell division. So these types of cell division we have studied in a previous lesson also. Life processes in living organisms part first. In that we have studied cell division, types of cell division. In that two types of cell division are there. First one is there, mitosis is there, and the second one is there, meiosis is there. This one is there mitosis, this one is there meiosis. So in that mitosis and meiosis, what takes place, that one we will see. Suppose with the help of diagram also you can draw. Like this way, cell is there and inside chromosomes are there. Suppose 4 chromosomes are there. Then here replication will take place. Replication you are saying. After that, like this way you are going to draw diagram. Here condensation will take place. Condensation of chromosome will take place. And after condensation, then cell division will occur. In that, here one cell will be produced and it contains, now here 4 chromosomes will be there, and then again here 4 chromosomes will be there, like this way. So this one is in the mitosis. Here number is there 2n, and here these cells are also produced and they contain 2n number. Which number they contain? 2n number. This one is their parent cell. This one is their parent cell, and here replication will take place and then cell division will take place. And how many daughter cells are produced? From one cell, from one single cell, two daughter cells are produced. And here in meiosis, you will consider like this way. Suppose you consider 4 chromosomes are there. There are 4 chromosomes. This one is the parent cell. This one is the parent cell. After that, replication will take place. So condensation of that chromosomes will occur here. Condensation of chromosomes will be there. Then from here, now condensation will occur here, and then 2 cells are produced here. And here also cell is produced like this way. Here how many chromosomes are there? 4 chromosomes. 4 chromosomes. Then in first division, first type of cell division, 2 cells are produced. Out of 4, 2 chromosomes are there. That means reductional type of the cell division is there. Then from this cell again 2 other cells are produced. So like this way you will draw. Here 1 chromosome. Here also 1 chromosome. And here also 1 chromosome is there. Like this way chromosome will be there. So here cell division, first cell division is there. Here also cell division is there. Cell division. So how many cells are produced? In case of the meiosis, from the one parent cell, 4 haploid types of cells are produced. 4 haploid types of cells are produced. Okay, so like this way, you can draw the diagram. And here chromosome number is there, 2n is there. After that it is converted into single n. So like this way you can draw here also. You can draw chromosome number get reduced to half. So like this way you can draw. Here replication is there. So mitosis, meiosis, one more time see the difference. In the mitosis, 2 daughter cells are produced from the parent cell. In the meiosis, 4 haploid daughter cells are produced. 4 haploid daughter cells are produced in the meiosis, and meiosis is reductional type of cell division. So after this we'll see difference between mitosis and meiosis. What is the difference? So in case of the mitosis and meiosis, there is a difference, and that difference we'll see. So first point of difference is there. Difference between mitosis and meiosis. In that first point is there, mitosis occurs. It occurs in somatic cells. Somatic cells or in stem cells. You can say stem cells. And here meiosis occurs in the germ cells. Meiosis occurs in the germ cells. Meiosis occurs into the germ cells. Okay. Second point of difference is there. In this mitosis, it occurs in two steps, and meiosis occurs in two stages. So mitosis occurs in two steps, two main steps. In that first one is there karyokinesis and cytokinesis. We have seen karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Here prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. And here meiosis occurs mainly in two stages. It occurs in two stages. Meiosis mainly occurs in two stages, and that one is there meiosis first and meiosis second. That is meiosis first and meiosis second. Meiosis first and meiosis second. After this, in meiosis first and second, again there are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and here also prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Third point is there. Third point in that mitosis, it is necessary. It is necessary for the growth of the body. It is necessary for the growth of the body. And meiosis is necessary for the reproduction. Meiosis is necessary for reproduction. It is necessary for the reproduction. Then a fourth point of difference is there. In the mitosis, crossing over does not take place. In the meiosis, crossing over takes place. Fourth point, crossing over does not occur. Crossing over does not occur. And here fourth point is there, crossing over occurs in the homologous cell, in the homologous chromosomes. Crossing over occurs in the homologous chromosomes. So next, last point of difference is there. One cell gives, in a mitosis, one cell gives two diploid daughter cells, and in meiosis, one parent cell gives four haploid daughter cells. Here, one parent cell gives two haploid daughter cells, and here fifth point is there, one parent cell gives two diploid daughter cells, and here four haploid daughter cells. So check one more time. One parent cell gives two diploid daughter cells, and here one parent cell gives four haploid daughter cells, and these are gametes only, four gametes. So this point of difference is there. One more time, see, mitosis occurs into the somatic cells or in the stem cells. Meiosis occurs into the germ cells. Mitosis occurs into two steps, karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Meiosis occurs in mainly two stages, meiosis first and meiosis second. Again, third point is there, in mitosis, it is necessary for the growth of the body. development of the body, and here meiosis is necessary for the reproduction of the body, reproduction of the organism. Fourth point is that crossing over does not take place in the mitosis. In meiosis, crossing over takes place. Then the fifth point is that one parent cell gives two diploid daughter cells in the mitosis, and in meiosis, one parent cell gives four haploid daughter cells. So next point we are going to study, and that one is there another important life process, and that life process, which life processes we have studied. In that digestion is there, respiration is there, circulation is there, excretion is there, control and coordination is there, nervous system. In that different processes are occurring into the living organism, and out of that one of the important and most essential life processes is there, and that one is the reproduction. So next important life process is there, that one is the reproduction. Important life process, which is that one? Reproduction. So in that reproduction, what are the types of reproduction? And reproduction into the unicellular organisms, reproduction into the multicellular organisms, we are going to study. So important life process, and which is the important life process, and that one is there reproduction. Important life process is their reproduction. So in case of in the textbook, 3-4 pictures are given. First picture is there of that reproduction in plants. Second picture is there of reproduction in hen, and third picture is there reproduction with the help of seed, and fourth picture is there binary fission into the amoeba, paramecium, such organisms. So reproduction occurs by two ways. First way is there asexual reproduction, second way is there sexual reproduction. So according to textbook, first in plants, reproduction occurs by asexual method, and in that in the textbook picture is given, and from that shoot of the plant you can develop new plant. From the shoot of the plant you can develop new plant. So asexual method, in that vegetative propagation is there. Vegetative propagation. So in that vegetative propagation, that new plant is developed from the roots, then the branches, or you can say shoots also. Second point is there, in case of hen, what type of reproduction takes place? Which type of reproduction? Hen. In that sexual reproduction occurs. Third point is there. In that third point, seed reproduction in the plants with the help of seed. So seed, how that new plant is produced? By germination of seed. Due to the germination, new plant will be produced. Fourth one is there, and it is related to the fission. Amoeba, paramecium, they are reproducing by binary fission. So these are the pictures are given into the textbook, and according to that pictures, which life processes occurring in all these, and that life process is their reproduction. Question is asked, look at the picture and decide which life process is occurring in these living organisms, and that one is their reproduction. So can you tell in the next one of the important point is there, and in that previous knowledge will be again checked. In that, can you tell? First question is there in that maintenance of the species. What is mean by maintenance of the species? Okay, and how it will be maintained. So what is mean by maintenance of species? Next point is there in that maintenance of species. But before this we have studied what is mean by species. Group of similar organisms. Group of similar organisms. These are called as species. So next point is their maintenance of species. So how that species are maintained, and what do you mean by maintenance of the species? So maintaining number of the organisms, number of individuals, and their protecting their extinction is called as a maintenance of species. So what is the maintenance? Maintaining number of organisms and protecting their extinction. Protecting their extinction. Extinction, you are knowing, they will become vanished, they will get vanished, they will get finished. So maintaining number of organisms and protecting their extinction is called maintenance of species. Maintenance of the species. Maintaining their number, keeping their number as usual. It should increase only, it should not decrease. So next point is their offsprings or young ones. These are genetically similar to the earlier one. But why these are similar? Why offsprings or young ones? These are genetically similar to the young ones. So next point is there why offsprings are similar to earlier ones. Why they are similar to the earlier ones? So that offsprings or young ones are similar to their they are similar to their parents or their earlier ones. Why they are similar? For that reproduction is important. Type of reproduction is important. Type of reproduction is important. In that first thing is that if organisms are produced by a sexual method, then they are similar to their parents. Second one is that if offsprings are produced by sexual reproduction, then they are genetically different from earlier ones. earlier ones. So if organism is similar to the earlier one, then asexual reproduction, and if organism will be different from the earlier one, then there will be sexual reproduction. So next point is there, next question is there, what you can say, asexual reproduction. In that asexual reproduction, offsprings are exactly similar with their parents, and in the sexual reproduction these organisms are not exactly similar with their parent. So third question is there, who decides new organism is exactly similar or not? So who decides similar that new organisms or offspring are similar to their parents or not? And for that, this factor is only important. Which one? In case of asexual reproduction, organism will be genetically and exactly similar with their parent, and in sexual reproduction, organism will not be exactly similar with their parents. So next point is the reproduction. So in that reproduction, in that we are going to study about a relation between cell division and formation of new organism. So cell division and formation of new organism, relation between cell division and formation of new organism. Next point is there, relation between cell division and formation of new organism. So in that, first thing is that in case of the formation of new organism, two ways are there, asexual method and sexual method of reproduction. Okay, so first one is there, asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction occurs with the help of meiosis. And second point is there, sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction occurs with the help of meiosis. Sexual reproduction occurs with the help of meiosis. So up to here we have studied generally basic of that particular lesson. Now we are going to study about important life process, and that life process is necessary for the maintenance of the species, and as well as it is necessary that organisms should not become extinct to protect their number. So that process is their reproduction, and in that we are going to study importance of reproduction also. So definition very first we'll study, and then types of reproduction we'll see. So definition or reproduction, in that first point is the definition. So what is the definition? Process of formation of new organisms. Process of formation of new organisms from species, from the organisms of same species. Formation of new organisms from the organisms of the same species without gametes, without involving gamete or without involvement of the gamete is called as a asexual reproduction. Okay, so reproduction, what is reproduction, and in that types of reproduction we'll see. Reproduction, the process of formation of new organisms. New organisms from the organisms of the same species, from the organisms of the same species is called reproduction. Another definition also you can do: production of young ones like themselves. Production of young ones like themselves by the living organism, it is called as a reproduction. Production of young ones like themselves by the living organisms, is called reproduction. So the process of production of young ones like themselves by the living organism, exactly like themselves by the living organism, it is called as a reproduction. And in that there are two types of reproduction. That two types of reproduction also we are going to study. In that types of reproduction now, types of reproduction. First type is there asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. So what is meant by asexual reproduction and some points related to the asexual reproduction we are going to study. So types of reproduction, in that we are studying first type of reproduction, that one is the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. So definition we'll study. So definition of asexual reproduction. First point is that definition. So production of young ones like themselves by the living organisms is called as a reproduction. In that only we are going to make some changes. The process of formation of new organisms, from the organisms of same species, without involvement of gametes, is called asexual reproduction. Okay, so what is the asexual reproduction? The process of formation of organisms from the formation of new organisms. Process of formation of new organisms from the organisms of same species without involvement of the gamete. Without the gamete, it is called as a asexual reproduction. Now, in that asexual reproduction, what are the characteristics? So, points we are going to study about asexual reproduction. Second point is there, it does not involve gamete. Does not involve gametes. Gamete formation does not take place. Third point is there. In the third point, new organisms, or you can say if does not involve gametes, then fertilization does not occur. fourth point is that new organisms are exactly similar to their parents, young ones, or new organisms. New organisms are exactly similar to their parents. Fifth point is that it occurs by mitosis, mitotic division, or you can say only one parent is involved. That means it is uniparental. It is uniparental. Single parent or only one parent is involved. Sixth point is that in that sixth point it occurs by mitosis. It occurs by mitotic division. Seventh point is that in that seventh point genetic recombination does not occur. Genetic recombination does not occur. And eighth one is that it is fast process. It is a fast process. It is a very fast process. So this one is the advantage. What is the advantage of the sexual reproduction? It is very quick and very fast process. And what is the disadvantage there? Genetic recombination does not occur. Genetic recombination does not occur. So after this we are going to study about asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms. Asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms. Next point is there. Asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms, or unicellular organisms means having single cell. Those organisms which are having single cell, these are called as unicellular. And multicellular, those living organisms which are made up of or which are having many cells, two or more cells, these are called as multicellular organisms. And unicellular, they are having only one cell. So next point is the sexual reproduction in unicellular organisms. Sexual reproduction in unicellular organisms. So in that first point is there binary fission in the unicellular organism. Second one is there multiple fission is there, and third one is there budding. Binary fission, multiple fission, and budding. So one by one we are going to study that one. So before that, one activity is given, short activity is there, that one we will see, and the points we will see afterwards. So what is the activity? What you have to do, you have to collect. You have to take one conical flask. In that you have to collect pond water, having aquatic plants. Again you have to add wheat grains, aquatic plants, and you have to keep for 3-4 days. Then wheat grains, they will get decomposed, and when they will get decomposed after fourth day you have to remove that particular mixture. We have to take one glass slide, and you have to put one drop of that particular mixture on that glass slide, put cover slip, and observe under microscope. So you will observe many paramecium, they are doing binary fission. So what is the activity? So first thing is there, you have to take conical flask plus in that conical flask pond water, stagnant water, plus you have to add wheat plus plants. Okay, conical flask, pond water, then you have to add wheat and plants, aquatic plants, wheat and aquatic plants, plus you have to keep for 3 to 4 days. Then when wheat seeds decomposes, then on 4th day take one drop. You have to take one drop on glass slide and observe under microscope. And what you will observe, you will get many paramecium performing binary fission. So simple activities there. Now we are going to study here in case of the asexual reproduction in the unicellular organism. In that first point is there binary fission. Okay, so what is the point? Binary fission. So in that binary fission, different points we are going to study, and in that binary fission, types of binary fission we are going to study. In that first point is there prokaryotes like bacteria, again protists like amoeba, paramecium and eubulina, again some cell organelles, mitochondria and chloroplast, they are performing binary fission. So prokaryotes, bacteria, protists in that amoeba, paramecium, eubulina, and cell organelles like mitochondria and chloroplast, they reproduce by binary fission. Again, second point is the parent cell in the binary fission. Parent cell and parent cell will get divided and it forms two daughter cells. Third point is their binary fission occurs by mitosis or amitosis. Fourth point is their binary fission occurs in the favorable condition, in the suitable conditions. And in that fifth point we are going to see types of binary fission according to the axis of division. So here simple binary fission, it occurs in amoeba because it can divide amoeba, and amoeba can divide it by any plane because no fixed shape. So there is no fixed shape, so by any axis it will get divided. So next thing is there, here diagrams of that amoeba, these are shown. Parent is there, amoeba, then here division of nucleus, cytoplasm takes place and two daughter cells are produced. Now here transverse binary fission. So transverse binary fission occurs in the paramecium. Transverse fission is there. And the next longitudinal binary fission, it occurs into the eubulina. So in that eubulina, parent eubulina, then nucleus and cytoplasm get divided and it will form two eubulina. So like this way binary fission occurs in amoeba, paramecium and eubulina. Amoeba, simple binary fission. Paramecium, transverse binary fission, and Euglena longitudinal binary fission, and next point we'll see in next video.